What is a single source of truth? A single source of truth is a phrase that's often misunderstood. And that's because the single source of truth, it's not a thing, it's a state. Achieving a single source of truth is like achieving Zen. It's this transcendent state of being for your company knowledge. This Zen-like state is defined by the high integrity and reliability of your company knowledge. Accomplishing this state requires a process known as normalization. Normalization is kind of like spring cleaning for your company knowledge. You can actually think of normalization as sorting through that electronic junk box. You know, it's that box that's full of chargers, cables, and incompatible accessories. Now, this cleaning has 3 phases: componentizing content, eliminating duplication, and linking content from a central location. Componentizing content means changing the way that we think about content. A typical content management system tracks content as pages or documents, but a single source of truth requires that your content is organized at a component level. A component can be a word or a series of paragraphs, an image or a video. The important thing is, it must be extracted from the surrounding content and written in a way so that it can fit into a document wherever appropriate. A component is independent and self-contained. Now, these components are the building blocks for the single source of truth. Now, to learn more about components, you can check out our other video. It's titled, "What is a Component Content Management System?" Now, the next step in normalization is elimination of duplicate components. Exact duplicates are pretty easy to identify, but the similar matches, they can be tricky. Sometimes these similar components should be kept separate, but often they can be consolidated into one component. Now, the third phase of normalization is to place those components in one central, organized place. From this central location, content is referenced and reused, rather than rewritten or copied and pasted. Components are reused in order to fill the gaps that were left from the duplicates that were eliminated. Now, this reuse, it can scale infinitely, all while keeping your components linked. So to recap, a single source of truth is a description of a state for company knowledge. And in this state, your knowledge is of the highest integrity. Your content is normalized, componentized, and centralized. Okay, well, that's all well and good, but a single source, it's also a thing. In the workplace, we often hear the phrase single source or single sourcing. However, it's often used as a description for a thing or a system. It's not like our Zen-like state. So in this context, what is a single source system? It's a system that's specifically designed so that you can take advantage of the benefits of that Zen-like state that we described. It improves the integrity of your content. It allows you to reuse rather than duplicate your content, and it allows you to centralize your content. But why does this matter? By centralizing your content into a single source system, you unlock your content and your team's true potential. This single source system becomes the de facto location for your company's truth. But there's more to it. Let's look at the document lifecycle. At a high level, it consists of 4 stages: plan, write, edit, and deliver. But with a single source system, you don't just centralize your content, you also centralize the process by which that content is developed. Content strategists can plan around the content that already exists in that single source. This allows reusing of existing content to create some or even all of your documentation. Future writing time is then cut dramatically by the strategic reuse of existing content. Authors can then focus on writing new components of content to fill in those gaps. And when authoring for a single source, each new component you write is one more that you can reuse in the future. And through this, you're always building up that single source content library. You can also collaboratively edit from one central document, not a PDF and not an email. This makes reconciling edits easy, and it eliminates all those questions about versioning. Updating your components also saves a huge amount of time. If an edit is made to a component in a single source system, it automatically updates every reused component as well. Finally, you can deliver the highest quality to the widest variety of publishing outputs. When you publish from a single source, you write once and publish everywhere. With a single source system, using a structured content language like DITA, multi-channel publishing is push-button simple. All the formatting is handled automatically on output. We'll talk more about DITA and publishing in some future videos. A single source system makes the benefits of that Zen-like state attainable. It centralizes your content and your content creation process, putting you in control and ready to scale. Save time searching, improve quality control, reuse endlessly, and publish immediately. With a single source system, your structured content is ready to deploy.